and your parents walk in or something and it's like babooba.
Yeah.
And you're like, wait, no.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back. I'm super excited because our guest today is somebody that I just met in person for the very first time.
Yes, we finally actually got to like meet and be like, you're real. It's been super good.
The internet friends real life pipeline is coming to fruition right now.
So good.
I want to welcome Smashley.
Oh, thank you. Hi, I'm Smashley. I like 10-year veteran video game nerd broadcaster person.
Yeah. As with all my guests, I have done a little bit of a deep dive just to make sure that I'm covering all my bases.
You researched me?
A bit.
Oh my God. Okay. All right.
I know you're a streamer. You've done cosplay. You have streamed for a very long time.
Yes.
You do game development. I saw that you do some voice acting.
I do.
A very talented individual.
I'm a Jill of all trades.
Yes.
I find things that I enjoy, like passions, and I follow them like to the nth degree. And then you kind of just find a lot of different passions, I guess. And then I chase all of them at the same time.
Yes.
And that's my life, is just chasing dreams.
Completely relatable. I feel like, especially in the creative industry, once you start doing like Twitch streaming, then you get excited about something else, and then why not do everything? I mean,
exactly. I mean, I think that's how, I got into cosplay from Twitch. And I got into voice acting from Twitch and so many of these other things, but I also like fed in my old job. I used to be, a CTO for a medical company.
Really?
Yeah. And so I used to program like computers, and then I saw like Twitch back in its like very baby ages, super baby Twitch. And they were playing one of my favorite games at the time because I'm a huge video game nerd.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I could do that. I could get on there and play video games for hours. Sure. Mm-hmm. And started streaming like 10 years ago. It's very long time.
I know.
So long. I'm like, oh God, that's forever ago.
Yeah, sorry to cut you off, but I relate because I've been cosplaying for over 10 years, and I've been telling people in panels who ask, or like at cons who ask, I'm like 10 plus years because I stopped counting. I don't want to count anymore.
I know. I know I'm close to 11 years of streaming, but I don't know when it is. At this point, I'm just like, it's a long time. It's a very long time.
Yeah. Well, I have so many questions about how you got into everything.
Oh my God.
And I know we talked about it a little bit before the cameras were rolling, but how did you start Twitch streaming then from I didn't know that you worked in the medical field. That's
I worked
crazy.
For so long too. I did Twitch streaming and working a full-time job for 3.5 years. It was,
wow.
I was basically working like 16-hour days. And
that's crazy.
I started without a cam, by the way. So like most of my Twitch career, I didn't have a camera at all. I was just a voice on the air.
That's so interesting.
So I started, but I was doing that and I just kept streaming at night. And so that's why my schedule is still at night, because it's still like the same schedule that I set 8 years ago. And I'm just I stuck to it.
So what type of like video games and like nerdy things did you grow up on then you were like going through your like schooling and stuff?
Yeah, so
childhood favorites, etc.
Yeah, I have 2 older brothers, and so we used to play games a ton, like a lot. But I think I had like a bigger passion for video games than they did.
Mm-hmm.
So like growing up, it would get to the point where like every game that I would pick up, I would start getting better at it than they were. And so after a while, they were like, I don't want to play with Ashley anymore. I don't know. Yeah. They were like, I don't want to play with her. She's kicking our asses. So I kind of like, I lost my gaming buddies because my brothers, they like stopped playing with me entirely.
You were too good.
Too good, I guess. And so like I was working the CTO job, and it was good. It was fun. It paid well. But like after a while, I was like, oh God, this is not fulfilling. And I love video games, and I saw Twitch, and I was like, what is this? I could do this. And I worked that for 3.5 years. And I just like took a lot of my programming knowledge and applied it to it. So like I wrote like a chat bot, like one of the first Twitch chat bots.
Really?
Yeah, it was really cool. Like people could like battle each other. Like I wrote like a whole video game into my chat bot. It was super
so
addicting.
Cool.
So I did like all of that, and I kind of got like some popularity from that. But like after 3.5 years, I was actually like, I got partnered like 7 months after starting streaming.
Wow.
Which was really fast.
It's so fast.
Especially for the time.
Yeah.
Like at the time you had to have like 500 concurrents.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
They immediately denied you if you didn't have 500 concurrents.
That's crazy.
So like I had to jump through like a ton of hoops because I never reached 500 concurrents. I always kind of hovered around like 100 or so.
Still so good.
Yeah. Oh God, it's so amazing.
Good.
Like you can live off that for sure. And I was like, okay. And people kept telling me like, no, you should apply. You should apply. And I had a really good friend like write me a recommendation letter to Twitch, to John Twitch, not
Mr. Twitch himself.
Mr. Twitch. And I got partnered, and I was like, holy crap. And that's when like I kind of was like, wow, I'm making like money from this. Like, because before it was just like occasional donations and stuff like that. But like that was the point I was like, whoa, I'm like making a lot of like a lot more than I was doing my other job. And I was like, maybe I just do this full time now.
Yeah.
And so I started doing that, and I grew and fell, and Twitch has been a roller coaster for years. So I just ride it a lot of times. But like after a while, after 10 years or so, I was like, I have this community, and they're super generous. Like my stupid community, I'm calling them stupid because they're like overly generous. And to me, to others, like if I raid people, they will just be like sub bombs, like back to back. Like it's nuts. So I after a while, I was like, I have this generous community. I have this platform. I'm living in my dream apartment, like, and I was like, I can do some good with this, and like started doing some charity stuff, and my community ate it up. They're like, yes, charity month is a thing. it's a big thing. It's just charity month, and that's how I got into cosplay though, because it was a milestone, and I used to weigh 200 pounds, and I like lost a ton of weight, started this huge fitness journey, which ask me about in a bit.
I have it down. A bullet
I
point.
figured you did. It's a big part of my life right now is the fitness journey. But they were like, you're fit now. You could do cosplays, because I had talked about it for a long time. I always wanted to, and I didn't feel like I could, like at my weight and stuff, and how I was like with myself. And but after a bit, they're like, you should. And so I added it as like I think it was like a $10,000 goal or something for charity. And I was like, I'll cosplay Tifa finally. And
yes,
because I talked about, I love Final Fantasy so much. I love it. And so I was like, I'm going to cosplay Tifa. And so I did it. And at the time it was like a whole bunch of TikTok transition trends. And I was like, if I'm going to do this, I'm going to try and do it right. And I tried a TikTok transition trend. And I look back at it now as my first like cosplay video, and I was like, it's awful. It's so bad. It's so bad. I'm like, oh God. Oh, it's so embarrassing. But my community loved it. Yeah, they loved it. Like, because I did a live stream with it.
Yeah.
And they were like, we love this. Do more of this. And so I had like another charity thing come up, and that's when literally my second cosplay is the one I'm most known for. Is Zero Suit Samus.
Zero Suit? Yes. I was going to ask. I love that costume on you.
So I did Zero Suit Samus for the first time. It's just a jumpsuit. It's really what it is.
Right.
And I put it on, but I mean, I guess I have similar facial features. I had yellow hair the first time I cosplayed her. I had a really bad blonde dye job. I mean, it was really bad, but it worked for the cosplay so well because her hair is actually kind of yellow. And so I cosplayed Zero Suit Samus, and people were like, "You are her. What is going on?"
Yeah, I love that costume on you. I was going to I actually have that as a bullet point as well. I love that cosplay on you.
And over the years, I've added more to it. I have like these big moon boots that are super awesome for it. I want to craft her heels and add LEDs and fun stuff into it. And I crafted a like 3D printed her gun and stuff. And so I love the cosplay, but it's definitely one of those ones where you're like, I'm tired of cosplay.
Are you sick of it?
Yes, I'm so sick of it. I'm like, oh God, please don't ask me to cosplay her again. But then like I go to cons and like people are like, you are her. And I had like a whole thing that happened at a con where last TwitchCon, AGDQ, Amazing Games Done Quick, was like streaming live from TwitchCon, and they were speed running Super Metroid.
Oh, okay.
And like at the time, and I'm in Zero Suit Samus, and they're like, "Do you want to come up on stage and introduce the thing?" And I was like, and I was just like standing there, like in the audience. They're like, "No, but for real." And so I got to go up there and like advertise Peloton.
Oh my God,
so
amazing.
random. And they're like, yeah, walk on the treadmill for Peloton and introduce Super Metroid. And I was like, what is happening? I don't know. So people literally are like, you are her, which is it's pretty sweet. I like it.
I have so many questions.
I know. I feel like I'm talking so much now. It's like, here's my life story.
That is what we're here for. I want your life story, and then I want to talk about it. So then, what game did you start streaming when you started Twitch? And then also, when did you turn your camera on?
Oh yeah. So that's fun. Two good questions. I like it. I actually started on Warframe, which it is blown up since then, by the way. So I was part of their original partner program. It was one of the first times where I got my logo in the game. So it's in the game.
Way.
It's it was one of the first like collectible glyph things that people can have, which is super cool. I'm like, that's my logo in a game. Yes, that's so cool. And so I'm so like excited about it, but I don't play it anymore because I burned myself out on it so bad.
As we do.
But at the time, I played it nonstop. It was like my main game. I set like world records in it. I set like 3 world records in Warframe at the time. I think
she said, "I'm too good. My brothers won't even play with me."
I was saying they stopped playing with me, and I didn't realize I was that good until we started going for that sort of stuff, and then they were all like a group world record thing. Like we had a team.
Yeah.
And every time I was just like, I would get my friends that I regularly play for and like, let's do this. Like, let's set a world record. And so like one of them is like there's a game mode called Survival where the enemies just get harder and harder and harder. And we did like the longest like survival you can possibly do. The game started breaking because we went for 8 hours and like 2 minutes or something. But like the enemy levels like passed like 9,999, and then they just like broke the game. Like no one had done that. So it was like, wow, it was really cool. And like we set that, and they eventually like fixed all the bugs because they were watching. Like Twitch put me on the front page for it. Like when we were breaking the record, there was like 18,000 people watching. And I was like, oh my God, what is going on? And that was one of those crazy moments for me because I was like, there's like a stadium of people watching me do this.
That's so many people.
I was like, what is happening?
18,000 people.
Yeah, concurrent. And I was like, that was nuts. That was truly nuts. And I played Warframe for a really long time. I got into the Souls games. I love the Souls games. And I ended up setting a really like obscure world record on Dark Souls by
Really?
speedrunning Dark Souls.
What record is it?
It's soul level 1 max new game fastest time, which means that like basically at some point the new games stop like adding difficulty. Like it's at their new game plus 7, so you can keep beating it and it'll get more and more difficult. But like new game plus 7, it stops going up. And then I never leveled my character at all. And I have like the fastest time. I don't think anyone's ever beaten that one because they just like stopped trying for it. But I hate that record.
I'm speechless right now. Wait a second. Hold on. So you did New Game Plus 7 times?
No, I did more than that. I think
you
I
did
broke
it over
it.
7 times. Never leveling your character?
Yeah. And I beat it in like less than 2 hours that way too, which was
what?
Yeah, it was crazy.
Oh my god, we are in the presence of a gamer.
No.
This is amazing. That's so cool. So cool.
I hate that record though.
Why?
I hate it because like if you talk to any other speedrunners, they probably feel the same way. But I know everywhere I messed up on it.
Oh.
And I'm like, I could do better. You know, like I just see it as this like thing where like I could have done better. And then like my boyfriend is always like, you set a world record.
Yeah.
Like, what do you mean you could have done better?
I agree with him.
I'm just like, okay, fair. That's fair. That's a little fair.
Yeah. And plus you can always go back if you want to.
Yeah. I would have to practice a ton. It's been so long since I tried to speedrun that. So I like to do that game for charity because I'm so fast on it. And I still like remember all like the tricks and everything. But I'll like impose, like have chat, like they'll donate and I'll do stuff in the game. So it like screws me up. And I actually like wrote a thing for it to do that. And it was like, I had it like flipping the camera upside down and inverting all the controls and stuff. And I still beat the game with like chat, like making everything like inside out. It was so cool.
So cool.
It was really cool. So yeah.
You're so talented. Oh my gosh.
No.
I already knew you were, but even more than I imagined. That's so cool though. Like what so your ability to program has been an awesome addition to your Twitch streams from the very beginning.
Yeah. And I had like some other experience. I used to help my dad DJ when I was growing up. It was like such a random thing, but like my dad managed a bowling alley, and you know, like when like late night they like turn the lights on and like I'll put on all the black lights and you bowl with the glow in the dark balls.
The 90s carpet.
Yes, very much that. Exact same era. And my dad would he like ran the bowling alley, but he would also DJ the like late night stuff.
Yes.
And so a lot of times he'd be like, Ashley, take over. And so I like learned all the audio ins and outs. So like I also that was kind of why I was like, when I first started, I just made sure my audio was really good. And then I was like, and then people were like, yeah, your mic sounds really good. Like all your audio is always so balanced and everything. And that was like how you got things professional back then. Yeah. It was just good audio.
Rare though, I feel. Yeah. So
So
when did you turn your camera on? What was that transition?
it was interesting because like I was at that time I was already full-time broadcasting. I was making enough money from like subs and viewers, and I was just like, okay, this is really nice. Like I was affording rent and stuff, and you know, and I was like, okay, cool. But then like as my like following grew, I started getting offers from video game companies, and they were like, hey, can you play our game? And it was always such a contention with them, like that I was camless, but like I had built my brand on it, you know. But there were so many that just kept going like, hey, we need your camera in this position or over here, you know, like they'd be like, can you show our game, but we want your camera on for it. And I was like, okay, maybe. And I would literally just like occasionally like turn it on just for those and go back and like hide in my camless corner. This was like well before VTubers too. Because now I feel like most people that are like, I don't want to get ready for the day. I don't want to put on like a million tons of makeup and fix my hair. It is. And And now they just VTube most of the time for that. It's such a good alternative because then you still get the facial expressions and stuff.
Right.
But at the time I was just like cameras. And but I started finding more confidence in myself when I started doing my fitness journey.
Yeah, yeah.
Like I was just not confident in myself at all. Like I hid behind that camless stream for a long time. But yeah, over 2 years ago, almost 3, I started working out. I lost a ton of weight, and I haven't stopped working out. So this is like a thing that like I'm actually like I'm not proud of my world record, but I'm proud of like this workout streak I've done because it's taken a lot. But I am now currently on day 1,044, I think is today.
Oh my god.
Of working out in a row. Like every single day. I haven't missed a day.
Wow. So I had I was going to ask, so I saw a post of yours that said you were on day 800.
Yes.
So that was where I was thinking that was the realm of where you were going to be, but even higher. 1,000 and what number?
Like 40, I think.
Oh my gosh. So. That's so cool though. I have so many questions about the fitness stuff.
Please ask. I love talking about it.
Yes.
Fitness and makeup, like, oh my God. Yes. We can. And cosplay, please.
I'm ready. Okay, so the consistency goes crazy, obviously.
It goes crazy.
How do you do that? Because I feel as though consistency is the hardest part about many things, but fitness included. So
you're not wrong, honestly. I think the big thing that I do is I made motivation a bad word. Like, you know, like when you're just like, oh, that's like, you just have it automatically like trigger in your head, like, nope, that's a bad word. Don't say that word. Because when you think about it, like everybody I know that uses motivation, like the word motivation, it's just an excuse to get out of something. You know, they're like, I don't have the motivation to do that. Or like, I didn't have the motivation, so I didn't go. No one ever is like, I had the motivation today, so I went to the gym. No, they just went. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so I kind of like, every time I caught myself saying that, I was like, you don't need motivation. You just need to go every day, period. And I gave myself the leniency to say any workout is still better than no workout as long as I'm like I'm doing a workout, you know, not like just make an excuse like, oh, I walked 10,000 steps today. That was my workout. But I like intentional workout is way better, and like focused workout is way better than not doing anything. And then it was like, I didn't intend to work out every day. I didn't start the journey and be like, I'm going to work out every day for 1,000 days. No, I just started working out, and I kind of made it like my routine. But it was like day 90 or something. I was like, it's like 3 months in. And I was like, I just worked out every day for 3 months. And like at the time I was like, okay, that's pretty awesome. But like, I think 6 months, I started feeling proud about it, because especially around then was when I took like my first bikini picture I've ever taken in my life. In my life.
Yeah.
And I posted on the internet, and I was 36 at the time. I was 36 at the time. And I posted on the internet, and everybody was like, no way. Like they lost their shit to the point where it like the Twitter algorithm picked it up. It was like the first thing I've ever had, like where like I was feeling confident in me and like in my appearance go viral in any way. And it went viral, and like 1 million people. I went from having no pictures of myself to 1 million people seeing me in a bikini. And I was like, oh my God. So it was definitely a confidence boost, because it was so many positive comments too, because like I went from 200 pounds to having abs in 6 months. Like I had actual abs, and people were like, what? How did you do this? You know, like it was a lot of that, and it was really cool. That was also around the time that my chat named me the Ab Mother. which I
well
hate.
deserved.
I hate it so much. They named a ship in Star Citizen the Ab Mothership.
Amazing.
I'm not kidding.
Yes.
It's like $1,000. It's like a $1,500 ship that they named and permanently named the Ab Mothership. And I'm just like,
God.
I can't with you guys. I can't.
That's so funny. But okay, so then what did you start with a trainer? Did you start and just go with like a list of exercises? Did you start how did you start it?
YouTube.
I'm
not kidding. I do YouTube so much stuff. Like I was like, I don't know anything about fitness at all. Like I really didn't. And I started looking up YouTube, and I'm a huge nerd. So I just researched it like a lot to the point where I was like, okay, these are all common things across everyone's video, or this one all is, or you start to recognize the bullshit.
Yeah.
And you're like, all right, starting to understand it. And when I first started, I couldn't do a sit-up at all.
Yeah.
Like I had to have like a weight on my feet to even get up for like 5. And now it's like my favorite exercise, and I do about 80 sit-ups like every other day.
Wow.
And which is like an insane number in a row, going from nothing.
Yeah.
I'm like, heck yeah. So.
Yeah, that's the progress that like is so exciting to see, I would think. What is your workout routine now?
Okay, it's almost the exact same as it was when I started. I've modified things like here and there to exercises that I like, because I learned early on, if you are using an exercise that you don't like, it's just going to make you want to stop. Like you should find ones that you're like, this is tolerable. Like I like this. This one doesn't make me feel like dog poop afterwards. You're like, I want to feel good when I'm done with my exercises. So, and that's different for everybody, but I think the big thing was just finding stuff that worked on what I wanted to work on, which was my glutes and my abs. And that's all I do. Literally, I'm not kidding.
Really?
I do glutes and abs. I don't do yoga for flexibility. And that's it. That is all I do. And
that's amazing.
But like, I think the best thing is like the moment I realized I could build a booty, I did. I definitely did.
I did. Yes.
Well, like I did a comparison picture, and like my butt is grown like 5 times the size as it was. It was just like a flat board before, and now people are like, "Yo, cake," and I'm like, "Where? Who's baking?"
And you earned it. That's like so exciting.
It's pretty sweet.
That's what I would like to have. I would like my butt to grow 5 times
the
size, Grinch style. Yes.
I mean, honestly, work out every day, and it I think the thing is just finding exercises that just isolate like your butt muscles. It sounds weird to say, but just your glutes, anything that does that. For me, that was finding out that like doing like the abductions and hip thrusts kind of target like your upper glutes, which is usually what's lacking the most, and will give you that chunk of shelf, I guess. So I'm working on my shelf. That's what I'm saying.
Yes.
But I mean, it's working. I'm actually like it's definitely one of those things where like I'm proud of my butt now.
Yeah. And it feels so good,
It
right?
does. It feels good. It feels good. Like I did probably my most popular cosplay second to Samus is when I did Bowsette. And that was also the most revealing cosplay I've ever done. But I definitely would not have done it if I didn't like have pride in my butt. I was like, okay, yeah, it's good. It's good.
Yeah, that's amazing. I also found a lot of confidence through cosplay and like modeling and stuff like that.
Yes. Like I've seen like a lot of your stuff, especially like the when you went to the desert.
Yeah.
And like your Dune cosplay was so good. And I was just like, that has to be so cool. You're like out in the desert doing cosplay. I'm like, awesome. Because I do all my pictures just from like my bedroom, which is a good backdrop. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
I like it. I like it a lot. But it doesn't work for like fantasy cosplays and stuff, you know? So
do you ever go out and do cons and wear costumes like to conventions? Yes. I know you mentioned TwitchCon.
When so that was the funny part is I started cosplay from charity, and there was like, oh, do this cosplay. And then like the next year, I hit this insane number for St. Jude. I was like, I think the third highest fundraiser for the month or something. And like my previous totals were like $10,000 for the whole month, which I was really proud of.
That's so much money.
Right. So much money. And I was like, okay, that's crazy. And then like 2 years ago, I went to go raise money for St. Jude, and I raised like $62,000 for St. Jude, which was insane. I was like,
my God.
Yeah, I was over the moon. Like I was like, holy crap.
Wow.
So like my community really started to get into the charity season, and they're so generous. But I think a lot of it too was I had promised a lot of cosplays from the previous year, going, oh, they really like this. And so I got done with that, not expecting to hit $60,000 raise. I kept adding on.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And I got done, and I had, I think, like 12 or 15 cosplays that I owed at that point to my chat for doing it. I still think there's some that I missed. That I'm like, did I do that one? Because it was so many. It was like, when am I doing all these? So I started like lining them up for some of them for cons. And be like, all right, I'll wear it at this con and that sort of thing. And now every day I'm at a con, I'm in a cosplay. Every single day now. Yes. Because I still owe like 30 cosplays or something. I'm not kidding. So many.
Amazing. So what cosplays have you made so far besides Tifa and Samus?
Oh my God.
What are some of your highlights?
My highlights. I did Saber from Fate Stay Night, and I did her like armor, sword, everything. That one was really cool, but like it was also the first time I was working with foam, anything, and parts of it I'm like, I never want to get in that cosplay ever again. It like pinches everywhere. It doesn't fit properly, but I felt like such a badass in it. I was like, this is so cool. So I loved doing that. I really liked doing Annie Lionheart from Attack on Titan, because I literally just like, got to act like a boxer for a bit, like for the photos and stuff. It was also like after I had abs, and I was like, cool, I could do this now. I was like, I have abs. I can cosplay Annie. So that one was really cool. But I think my absolute favorites are from Cyberpunk Edge Runners.
Ooh,
and I did both Lucy and Rebecca. And I think those are my favorites because I got to do a lot of makeup with that, like a lot of makeup. And makeup I don't normally do. Normally I just do glam, and I love doing makeup. But like that was a time where I got to like draw like cyber panels on my face, and they turned out so good.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my God, I love this. And I was doing Rebecca, and she has like all these tattoos, like neck, abdomen, everything, even one on the thigh. And I got like a temporary tattoo sheet for it from Amazon that I saw. I was like, okay, heck yeah, it's gonna be perfect. It's gonna be so good. It was awful.
Oh,
like
no.
it was the worst application. They didn't stay on. It was so bad. And I was like, oh no. But some of it did go on. And I was like, okay. And I had the gist, and I was like, all right, you know what? I'm good at makeup. And so I was like late for my stream up for it that I was going to do, because I do a stream for a lot of my cosplays too. And I was late I was like, all right, I'm going to be like another hour because this is awful. And I found like a matching shade, and I just like, I went to town. Like I painted on every single one of her tattoos in like an hour. And I was so proud. I'm so proud of that one, because all the makeup and everything came out so good. And I was like, heck yeah. But that cosplay is crazy revealing as well.
Oh,
it's literally just, it's like a bra and panties and a jacket.
And a giant jacket.
That's it.
Yeah.
And that's it. I'm just like, oh God, what did I get myself into? And the worst part is every single time I'm wearing like a more revealing cosplay, my parents show up in chat.
Shut up.
Every single time. I swear. So I swear. I did Lucy. And like I couldn't turn around in that one because like it was just all cheek out the back. And I was just like, oh God. And so like my dad showed up for that one. And then And I did Rebecca, where it's literally a bra and panties. Luckily, the wig is so big that kind of distracts from it. But it was literally just bra and panties. And my mom and my dad showed up in that one. They both showed up for Bowsette. And I'm just like, and so embarrassing, right? Because you're just like, my parents right here. And they're just like, there she is in a more revealing outfit. I'm like, all right, well, you know what? Get used to it, I guess.
Well, it's like that. It's like whenever you are watching a movie of any kind and there's like one sex scene in it, your parents have to walk in at the worst possible time.
Absolutely.
It's some sort of cosmic like encounter. I don't know.
It's every time too. Or it's anime. And you're like, normally it's like the most serious, like battling plot, and your parents walk in or something, and it's like babooba.
Yeah.
And you're like, wait, no, that's not what this is.
Yes.
So
it's a canon event for all of us, I feel.
Yes, it is.
But your parents are supportive, I assume.
They're so supportive.
Yeah.
I'm so blessed with both my parents. Especially my dad. My dad is like my biggest hero, honestly. He and I think I'm his in some way, because it's really funny because like we go gambling every year for my birthday. It's like the only time I ever go gambling is on my birthday, and it's just me and him, and we go gambling, and it's just like we've done it for like, I don't know, 20 years or something, ever since I could gamble or something, and we go gambling, but now when we go, if we're in the casino, he'll be like, yeah, this is my daughter, she's famous. Like every single person, he'll be like, this is Ashley, she's famous. I'm like, Dad, you don't just tell people that I'm famous. That's not how this works at all.
That's so cute.
But he really does. He thinks I'm like the most famous person.
That's so cute.
It's really cute. I like it a lot. But both my parents show up like in my Twitch chat and stuff and like cheer me on. But I think my dad really likes that I do the charity stuff too, especially because like we have a long-standing history of heart disease, and so I do American Heart Association as well, and I helped them like develop their like fundraising like platform and program. Like they brought me on to the freaking like their board of directors. They did a Zoom call with me, and I'm just like, I'm talking to the board of directors for the American Heart Association, I guess. Okay.
That's so cool.
So nerve-wracking. And I'm like, I don't know what to say to them, but they just wanted to like find out like, if you had a dream charity event, what would it look like? And I'm like, oh yes. Let me just detail this out. And then they used it, and they're doing great raising money, which is really cool. But my dad like had a stroke, and they like hand wrote him, like the board of directors hand wrote him like a card for my dad. Aww. And so he really likes that I do the charity stuff.
Yeah, well, it's so cool. I mean, I hope that at the end of this episode that I get a bunch of screenshots of my reactions to most of what you say. I feel like my faces have been like, oh, like the whole time. I'm
plenty
just
of YouTube
so
thumbnails.
Yeah. Ryan, who edits it all together, is like, you know, after a while, the like nice smiley thumbnails of you, the guests will always be good, but yours will have to be funny sometimes. And I'm like, do it. I feel like this is the perfect episode. I've been making so many crazy faces.
Extra good. It's always hard finding the YouTube thumbnails.
Yeah. But I mean, I feel like I'm just so in awe. I'm so speechless.
No. What? No, like, so but you're cool. Amazing. You're actually famous. Didn't you go to something where it was like, for, like celebrities or something recently? You went to something that was like for famous people. I swear to God, you did.
I do a bunch of cons.
Yeah, it was probably something.
But thank you. That's very sweet. I feel like we're both doing great.
Yeah, honestly,
awesome things.
Like it still blows my mind that this is my job. Of like 5, I have like 5 jobs. Help.
Yeah,
help.
Same.
Help. I keep following passions, and I'm like, I need to stop stacking them. But I got my job for game dev through Twitch too. I
Oh,
was
yeah?
teaching myself game dev,
Uh-huh.
and these the guys who were like the CEO and VP for the company I ended up working for, Animal Labs, they were watching my show, and they're like, "Smashley knows what she's doing." And
Sure does.
"Oh, do I?" Because, like, imposter syndrome to the max.
Yeah, all of us. Unavoidable, unfortunately.
It's so unavoidable. And I'm sitting there, like, because I taught myself all of it, and then they sent me a email and were like, "Do you wanna do game dev?" And, like, that's my dream, like, getting to
Yeah.
make games.
Uh-huh.
So, I was like, yes, I do."
Uh-huh.
And, we ended up making a game called Ramen, which is RAWMEN, of, like, half-naked guys running around throwing food at each other. It's a food fighting game. Really cute. Loved doing it, but, like, I fully published a game on Epic Games, and
Yeah.
it could have been better received, but it was really fun to do that, and I learned so much, and now I'm making my own little cozy game.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's so cozy. I'm having so much fun making it.
Oh my gosh, I
It's
wanna know all about that.
like,
That's so cool.
charity incentives.
Mhm.
One of the charity incentives this year for American Heart was I would do a 24-hour game jam.
Mhm.
And one of the other ones was teaching make your own video game Twitch stream with Smashley. And I had a bunch of people show up, and they made their own little like space shooter game over the course of it. It was a really long stream. It was like 6 hours, but they had like a relatively working space game,
Mhm.
and they loved it. And it also scratched that itch again of like, ooh, creating video games is cool.
Uh-huh.
And so I was like, all right, well, they also hit the milestone for 24-hour game jam. I'm gonna do this. And so I started like fiddling with stuff of like, what do I want to do for this game jam? What game can I make? And I started fiddling with stuff, and I just didn't stop. And now I'm like, oh yeah, I'm making a cute little survival cozy game, and it's so adorable because I made all the characters like the tiniest little like blobby toony characters, and they're so
Uh-huh.
adorable. And I'm so excited to like finish it because I've only been working on it for like a month and a half, and like people are like, when can I play this?
Yeah.
When?
Hurry up.
Like, we see it looks good. We would
Uh-huh.
like to play as well. And I'm like,
Uh-huh.
y'all need to calm down.
And you're working on it alone? Just you?
Yeah, just
Okay.
me, which is I'm like, it's definitely one of those times where I'm like looking at it and going, I did this?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. Like, because it like I programmed it so fast because I was trying to like test myself to see how fast I could do on a 24-hour game jam because I've never done one.
Mhm.
And I was like, how fast can I make a game? And then like literally like that night I was like, this is really good. I was like, I'm just not going to stop making this. And so I just kept
Yeah.
going on it. And now I've just been working on it for like a month and a half. And I'm like, I just want to like finish it and like let people play it, see what they think.
Mhm. Do you
So
have a name for it yet?
I don't. I have no name for it at
No?
all. It's just like the coziest game. Like, I think I titled it Project Cozy.
Aw,
I think
uh-huh.
I think that's what it's titled in my computer, and I'm just like, okay, well, I have no idea what it's gonna be called.
Oh, that's so fun. Maybe you can make it a charity. Maybe you could make it a charity incentive.
Oh God, no! They'll name it something awful.
The ab.
It'll be like Cozy McCozy or
Cozy
something.
McAbs.
yeah. It'll be something ridiculous,
Uh-huh.
and I'm just like, because that's all they do. Like that's what I do to raise money. Is like, what will chat love for me to do that I'm gonna hate?
Right.
And I add that to a list.
Yeah, I said it before we started the podcast, but I feel as though Twitch chat is your biggest fan and your worst enemy at the same time.
Really
They're our biggest ops, but it's like with love, right?
Yes.
It's always with love. But I get it. Trust me.
Wait, do you want to hear the craziest thing I've ever received from chat?
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Because they like to troll me with gifts, by the way.
Okay.
So this is the thing, like they'll send me like ridiculous things that they know is just like, it's like too over the top, but you can't be mad because it's a gift.
Right.
So like I used to drink a ton of Monster energy drinks, like a lot of them. Too many.
Too many?
Too many. Far too many.
Which flavor?
The white one. Yes.
Okay.
So good. So good. And I used to drink so many of them. and I had a particular viewer who liked to troll me with gifts. And so I have like thrown gifts, which allows them to send stuff. But like I was like one of the early adopters of that too. And so they had a thing on there to where you could say like, oh, let people buy unlimited quantities of an item. And I was struggling at the time to keep adding items to my list because they were just having fun sending tons of boxes to my place. They were just like, I would add like tiny things and I just like immediately get it and send it to me. And so I was literally spending like hours during the week, every week, adding more items. So then they would just immediately send them. Horrible problem to have, I know. But so I saw the option like, oh, allow unlimited quantity of something. And I was like, oh, I can add like my favorite snacks and stuff on there. Like
gift cards, something like
exactly.
that.
Yeah, things like that. And so I put Monster Energy drinks on there. I put like a 24 case of the tall Monster Energy drinks. And one of my viewers bought 22 cases of Monster Energy drink and sent it to my house. And I was like, are you kidding me? And it was,
oh my God.
I had to total up the weight to make sure it wouldn't collapse the floor. I'm not kidding. It was
how many Monster Energies is that?
Too many. It was. I started just going off weight. It was it was over like 1,000 pounds of Monster Energy drink.
Oh my God! Can you imagine if the floor gave way and your downstairs neighbor was like, "What is this? It's raining monsters."
How do I explain that to my like leasing agent? Like, I'm sorry, it flooded Monster. I guess I don't know.
Don't ask. Okay, it's for charity.
It was right. There's so many times where I've had to explain like I'm sorry, it's for charity. Like I ordered a crazy pizza that had like clams and dates and pineapple and meatballs on it, and the clams were in the shells on the pizza.
In the shells?
For charity. Yes.
Wait, did you have
to like de-shell them yourselves? Why did they put the shells on this? But it was just like the most ridiculous stuff. And there's so many times where I'm like, I'm sorry, it's for charity. Like, I don't know I don't know how else to say it too. Because like one time one of the charity incentives was like, I have this ridiculous shark onesie that's just like pajamas and it looks ridiculous and I hate it. I have a light up Mardi Gras hat that's awful. Like it should not be worn by anyone ever. It lights up and it's like a cowboy Mardi Gras hat.
The best kind.
It's sequence of naturally. And like I had like these fuzzy pink slippers. I was just trying to find charity incentives. And I was like, I don't know, walk to like 2 blocks away and film it. And in the middle of like downtown Chicago.
Oh my God, wearing that's so funny.
And they went for it. They of course went for it. It raised like $2,000 just doing that.
Wow.
And but then actually doing it and going through with it though was I saw people like in the elevators and this guy ended up remembering that he literally found me in the gym like 2 weeks later. He goes, "You're the shark girl, aren't you?" I was like, "Oh God!" And then like the front desk lady never looked at me the same ever again.
Funny.
Ever.
Oh
she just every time I'd walk by the front desk, she would just give me this weird look every single since then. And I was like, so I'm kind of thankful that I'm moving because then I don't have the crazy front desk lady that thinks I'm the shark girl with a light up hat. So
you know what? She should have her own light up hat.
Right, exactly. I should have left it with
attitude.
her. I should have left it with her. Then I could tell chat, sorry, no light up hat. I gave it to the front desk lady.
Yeah, she needed cheering up.
She does. She
Was that your craziest charity incentive ever? Was the shark walking down the street?
No.
Okay.
No.
What?
No. Oh God.
What
so
is?
So I used to do like really spicy stuff because I'm pretty good with spicy things.
Okay. I hear spicy, not to cut you off, but I hear spicy, I think lewd. Like, because
not that spicy.
I was like, you used to do spicy stuff. What?
No, actual spicy stuff. Like I was about to say on your mouth, but then that's still spicy. So actual spicy foods, I should say. And I used to do that a lot. But then it kind of got to the point where I was like, all right, I've tried most of like the like super spicy like hot sauces and stuff like that. I did do the one chip challenge before they like banned it. Somebody died.
Somebody died from the one chip
Somebody
challenge?
died and then they like banned it. And so I did it before that. And that was awful. That was
didn't know that.
Really bad. But I think that was kind of my sign to like, hey, maybe don't.
Hey, maybe don't. Let's
hey, maybe we don't do the spicy things.
Right.
But it was such a good fundraiser for me. And I was like, how can I do something similar? And so I incorporated gross foods. So now, like, every time I'm doing a fundraiser, I spend like days leading up to the fundraiser trying to find like really weird, gross candies and foods on Amazon and a million other things. And I found these really gross sodas. They're really bad. Like, they're awful. Like, they're things like buffalo chicken wings as a soda, and enchiladas and ranch. Like,
enchilada sounds terrible. All those things sounded bad, but
it is. And ranch soda. But the one that really was hands down the most awful thing was a black olive soda.
Black olive? Really?
Yes. It was just black olive soda. And and I like olives, but that
I was gonna say it kind of sounds okay.
It was not okay. It was not okay. It was very much not okay. It was like, think of drinking like a really bad martini, but like warm and soda form. And you can see where this gets bad.
Yeah.
It was not good. And so it like landed on my wheel of grossness. I was like, drink the black olive soda. And so I took like one sip, and my deal was 2 sips with chat. I took one sip. I was like, this is really gross. Like I almost gagged on that. And I did my second sip and I powered through it. And then I had like some crazy generous charity person in chat going, and as soon as I saw the message, I knew I shouldn't have responded, because if you put a price on anything, they'll meet it. But he goes, how much for you to chug it? And I was like, oh no. And so I put a price of like $2,000 for charity. And he just flat dropped it for charity. And so at that point I'm like, I can't like not do it now. I was like, this is for charity. And so I chugged a black olive soda that was unbelievably gross. It was so bad.
Oh my goodness.
It beat ranch cotton candy.
Wow.
There's also this really gross fried chicken candy. Never ever get that at all. It's like, it tastes like 5-day-old chicken grease, which don't ask me why I know what that tastes like.
Your imagination is
really
filling in the blanks.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. That's so, I mean, you're stronger than me. I have a weak stomach. We did a charity stream, our fundraising stream when we moved, and my roommate Amanda put it on, and she had a couple of goals like that where it was really gross things that you had to eat.
Yes.
And I know that I can't do it. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not strong enough. I don't have that dog in me. You know what I mean? Like, I have a weak, sad little weak little stomach. And chat called me out on it. They saw me do it. I took my phone under the table because it was a couple of us sitting on the couch. And whoever like had to do it was random based on like the donations and stuff. I took my phone under the table and donated
to like stop it landing on you,
to not have it be me.
Oh my god.
And everybody was like, we saw that.
We saw you,
I
Danielle.
didn't try to hide it, but I was like, I don't know what you're talking about.
What do you mean?
Not me. But I gave it to her boyfriend Dan. I was like, Dan, this is all you.
Yeah, go for it. Go for it. It's good, I promise.
Yeah. I have done a couple of charity streams where like cosplays and stuff where do they ever vote on it? Do you have like polls and stuff?
Yes. Although at the end, like, it started becoming a thing at the end of all my charity streams. I have an insane amount of clothes and shoes, by the way. I have 200 pairs of shoes. And most people are like, what? That's an insane amount. But I love shoes. But but I also have an insane amount of like just clothes in general and stuff I don't wear. You know, like you'll get like a dress or something and you're like, yes, this is so pretty. And then you put it in your closet and then you like never have a moment to wear it. You're like, when am I going to wear this formal ball gown?
Totally.
Especially because chat will send me them and they'll be like, here's a formal ball gown. I'm like, why did I add this? I was like, it was really pretty. And then they're like, here it is.
Right.
So I have like all of these like different outfits, dresses, everything.
And especially with cosplay, it's like sometimes you don't want to get rid of stuff because sometimes you'll see a costume that you want to do and you're like, oh, dang, I just threw out that black sweater that would have been perfect. You know what I mean? So I have a ton of clothes too, but I don't want to get rid of anything.
That was how my Android 18 cosplay came out.
Exactly.
I have all of those items. I have a ratty jean jacket and like a jean skirt and a striped shirt. We're in.
Exactly. Anyway, keep going.
So the final day of my fundraiser, I do my dress up Smashley after the anime, my dress up,
so cute.
And my dress up darling. But chat will vote with like charity dollars to which outfit I like, and I will go change every hour on the final day. Like I will literally go through like 5 different outfits, but I'll put together like 20 so they can vote on them. And there's definitely been some ones where I'm like, that's a lot. That's a whole lot. But it also gives me, I kind of love it because it gives me a huge excuse to wear some of those dresses. I'm like, I would have no excuse to put on this like floor length gown or I don't know, something like super sparkly and random. And I'm like, but I have now. And I'm like, okay, you know what? They're getting used now. They're getting used. So
it's perfect.
I like it.
Are there any costumes that you really want to do that you're excited about doing?
Yes. I want to do like like full various suits.
I was going to say.
I have to.
You have to. I was going to say that earlier.
But that's so much armor work.
Sure.
Yeah, so much armor work.
Definitely is.
So I need like y'all's like crazy like factory.
Stella's like row of 3D printers
so
over
amazing.
there. Yeah.
I was geeking out so hard. I'm like, I want all of this. All of it.
Yeah, I want one of those. I have 2 at my house. And then I'll bribe Stella. Sometimes I'm like, hey, you want to print me something on your really cool fast ones?
Yeah, do you want to use your super cool 3D printers?
But if you ever need anything printed, let me know.
Don't tempt me. I will actually take you up on that.
I have some.
Oh
I just got them fixed. They work again.
Maybe various suit Samus does happen just in slow parts.
Yeah, I've always wanted to do that too. Maybe we can help each other out.
That would be so cool. That would be really cool. I would love to do that. I also I want to do anything from Demon Slayer, honestly, at this point. Because I love Demon Slayer. It's very quickly shot to like my top anime. And probably do like the Love Hashira or Nezuko. I think I actually owe Nezuko.
Really?
Yeah, right now. So anything from Demon Slayer, I'm like, I need to. I love the anime too much.
Yeah, I only saw the first season, I want to say.
What?
Maybe the second season.
I need you to go watch the rest.
I got stuck on the spider part. The forest spider part.
Yes.
And I don't know why, but it was one of those moments where I was crafting and I had it on in the background and I would miss something and look up
rewind.
Rewind the episode over and over and over again. And now I've seen it so many times. And I also haven't seen it to where I feel like I can't move on. You know what I mean?
I know exactly. When you you're in the middle of something and you miss it. So you rewind and then you get back doing whatever it was you're doing and you miss it again. You're like, all right, I'm rewinding it again. I'm not going to miss it this time. And then you do anyways. Of course.
I have some Nezuko stuff though, if you want it.
Do you really?
I'll send it with you.
Why are you
take
like
it
this?
with you?
I'm taking this. I'm taking
have it in my
I seriously will.
House somewhere.
That would be so amazing. So yeah, I have to do that, and I'm excited to do Tomb Raider.
Oh yeah.
So because I want to do like the newer Tomb Raider with like rough and like cuts and everywhere. I want to do like I want to do like a lot of like extra effects makeup because like really the only like extra effects makeup I got to do was the Cyberpunk Edge Runner stuff. And I'm like, I want to do that again.
You got the bug?
Yeah, I do. I definitely do. I'm like, it was way too much fun.
Yeah, that'd be so cool. I would love to see a goal of yours be some sort of special effects makeup, like, I don't know, Melina from Mortal Kombat or something with like the cool like prosthetics or something. Have you ever thought about that?
Giant teeth. Oh my god, that would be so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I tried to do like prosthetics a couple times, and I was like, I'm so bad at this.
Yeah.
I'm so bad at it. But like everything, you always start off bad, so probably
right.
need more practice at it. But that would be really cool.
Yeah, that's my suggestion. Chat, Smashley's chat.
No, don't make them. Oh my god, they're going to
prosthetics.
They're definitely going to at this point.
Sounds fun and mildly torturous, which I feel is usually how the goals go.
That's how it goes.
Yeah,
Especially because charity's coming up again in May, and so maybe now they're going to hear this and they're going to be like, yes, actually, yes, you're doing that now. I'm like, thanks, guys.
You're welcome. Is May usually charity month?
Yeah, for St. Jude.
Okay.
So, like St. Jude kind of claimed it. I don't know how. They own the month.
They own May.
But it's kind of when everybody like St. Jude is, I think, the biggest like gaming charity. Like,
I think so too.
Most of the gaming just really goes ham over it. I think they just kind of got like an early foothold or something where they're just like it really resonated with a lot of gaming, especially because it's cancer. You know,
right?
Like everybody wants cancer gone, and but it's been really rewarding, kind of giving back like that, because this year I hit an incredible milestone of like $250,000 raised for charity, which is I'm like it's such an insane amount.
That's nuts.
Yeah. And the American Heart Association last year put me on a billboard in Times Square, which was like, what? That's so cool. So
that's so cool.
It was like all day for like a whole day. I was like every like 5 seconds I was on a billboard in Times Square. I was like, what is happening?
Wow.
But yeah, life is pretty good.
Yeah, isn't it? Life's so good.
Life is
crazy. Good. You're crushing it.
Oh, thank you. I don't know. It's been a crazy journey too, because I started off camless and kind of found my confidence after like my fitness stuff. I came out on stream as trans, and so many people were like, what? I had no clue, and like, thank you for being visible and stuff. And so it's been just like a crazy journey of like kind of like allowing myself to be myself on camera as well. So and like allowing myself to do that has honestly made my life so much better. I get to fly out to LA and hang out with you and
and selfishly, I love that part.
And do secret other things too that I can't talk about yet. But it's really cool. It's a lot of fun. Yeah. And I'm in my dream apartment now, which is awesome. Everybody always comments on it on the photos. They're like, where do you live?
Are you?
Where are you? Are you in New York? It's like, no. But it's I love it there.
That's so cool. Well, thank you so much for joining me
thank you for having me. I feel like I talked up a storm. I was like the life story of Smashley.
That's what this is all about. I talk all the time. This is about everybody else. And I appreciate you sharing everything.
Thank you for having me. This is really good. This is too much fun.
Good. Well, I'm glad we had to hang out more. Yes. Let me know next time
now
you're in
that
LA.
We're both real.
Yes. We've solidified our realness
in reality.
Each other. Yeah. Well, what are all of your social media accounts? Where are you most active? What do you have coming up?
Yes.
So everybody knows.
So I am Smashley on Twitch, and then Smashley Twitch pretty much everywhere else at this point. So I'm most active on Blue Sky, actually. Blue Sky is a new Twitter replacement, and I don't know. I'm active there because I feel like I'm actually like have conversations with people. But I post every single day on Instagram and Blue Sky. I post my workout photo. I take a photo every day for that. So day 1044 or something, and I sprinkle in my cosplays.
Going strong.
And so, but You can find me on like Twitch, like most weeknights. I'll just say that. It's easier than giving you my whole schedule.
Well, I am so glad that we got to hang out.
This was great.
I'm so excited. I've been wanting to meet and talk to you for so long.
I know. We just communicate online. That's it. Like it's just like rating each other on Twitch and talking about cosplays. And that's literally it. And we're like, oh, we're actually real.
Right. Yeah. And it's awesome. And I love that because that's, I mean, so exciting. For me, cosplay was always about finding friends and community and people who like the same thing that I do. Because I was a weird nerd growing up. I was a weird WoW nerd. And so that's been my most exciting part of this whole like life and process. So just another awesome friend that I can say came to fruition through cosplay and the internet. Which is awesome.
Because that's how I found you, is cosplay. So I'm like, and then you were like, your cosplays are awesome. I'm like, imposter syndrome.
I know. I get it too. Trust me. Imposter syndrome, I feel like, is impossible to not have at least a little bit of with
everything.
Yes.
It's like everything.
Yeah. Yeah. And the internet, especially, I feel, it's kind of impossible to not see everyone around you at their best and not compare yourself to everyone.
Literally everyone.
It's hard.
And we see everybody on the internet all the time now. And so you're like, you have so many more people to like compare yourself to. And you're just like, I don't stack up at all.
Yeah. And all of these people are posting like their best, most curated moments as well. So it's not like you're seeing them truly and actually.
No, you never do. It's always the best, the highlights, if you will.
Yeah. Well, to transition to our Patreon segment, I saw that you had a ton of nicknames. I want you to tell me which ones are your favorite and which ones are your least favorites.
Okay.